Salam, this is Joan. This is Sura 41 of the Quean. The Arabic term is fasalat. In English, it described it as perfectly explained verses. What I thought it summarized was to fear God and strive to please Him. If you do that, then you'll be blessed with a holy environment. I'm going to start with a prayer. It's from Sura 103, called the Passage of Time or Azur. Allah, surely with the passage of time, humanity may be in grave loss, except those who have had faith, do good, and urge each other to the truth, and urge them also to persevere. In this section, it describes the Quean as a guide and healing element, and having good news and a warning for unbelief. That's verse 3. It says to worship no one but God. Does have a verse about how Islam is unique in that it's interested in strengthening other believers, other Muslims. So they have a yearly tax called zakat. And then it mentions also in the same verse 7 to believe in the hereafter. It says that good people that practice good and evil or evil are never equals. And then it wanted to talk about how rain revives a land that seems lifeless. And I thought, well, that reminded me I'd like to garden, not on a professional scale, but just for fun. I like to go and buy plants. And one that I purchased was, it was called a New Guinea impatient. I was told that I was born in that country. And the plant was unique in that if it went without water very long, it looked dead, like you would have to throw it away. But I guess I must have been hopeful. I watered my plant, and it turned into it looked like it had never experienced any kind of problem. It's like I just purchased it. And so I used to joke when I was raised Christian that it was kind of like a Jesus Christ plant because it looks dead and then it's reborn, and the process just keeps happening over and over, almost a goof-proof plant. So I really enjoyed having that one. But it says that if you practice good deeds, you're the one that will benefit from it, and if you practice evil, that's your loss. One day there will be judgment, and you'll hear a loud sound. It's called a blast. That disbelief will be punished, sometimes severely. And in the commentary, it said that you might be seized by an organ that involved you in sin. Some countries still practice Sharia, and an example of that is if you have stolen something, what they do is cut off your right hand, and said that if you practice robbery, I thought that meant if you've done it repeatedly, but when I looked it up, it said robbery was the use of force or violence. In that case, you might have both arms and feet amputated, or you could, depending on how intense or how much it had been done, you might be executed. Then, it said, but however, if you're steadfast and practice what you're supposed to, you won't need to fear or grieve on the day of judgment.